Hello again, and thank you for joining Jeff and Jenny's Classic Restorations. Well, today we're going to go back to the sea at Ibiza. I was going to try and get the wing and the bonnet painted together, but I'm thinking I might have to obviously test fit the wing first, so I need to have a full day doing that. So today I'm going to try and get the bonnet off again and give it a sand down. It was never finished previously because my son needed the car, so I'm going to try and have my first go at doing spray painting with an air gun. So we'll see how that goes. I'm still waiting on the ABS module. I've actually found another one now which was more expensive, but it does seem to be the same type, and I was able to plug the computer into a VAG computer and it came up with the faults, which sort of points to the module. So that will be later on, but we're trying to get on with some cosmetic work for now, and go back to the mechanicals a little bit later on. So come and see how we get on. It's going to be pretty straightforward. It's just 2 bolts either side. The only pain in the backside bit is just taking these clips off here, or these little plates, and inside there we've got the washer jets. So all I do, I'm just going to pull that pipe off, same with that one, and then just pull that through and up the other end there. So then we just need to unbolt it, and that will come off. So I'll just get on, undo these and the other one, and pull the pipe through. Okay, so that's the wiper pipes, washer pipes all taken out. Now we just need to undo these 4 bolts. You don't have to see that. Basically just take these 2 bolts here to the other end, and the bonnet will lift off. Okay, here we go. We've got the bonnet off now and in the garden. I say this wasn't, it needed to be sanded down anyway after I first done it, just to smooth it off. It's orange peel. I didn't get a chance to put any lacquer on it, and see birds have been here. So all this needs a good wash, and then I'll just obviously get all the dirt off, and then we need to sand it back as smooth as we can. It has got quite a bit of primer in there, and etch primer, base coat, but this all needs to be sanded right back as smooth as we can before we can give it a go at painting. I don't have any particular facilities here. I just do the best I can, so obviously please don't expect anything professional here. It's just the way I do it and try and improve things. So first thing to do, give it a nice wash with some detergent, no wax in there, and just clean this up a little bit before we start sanding. Okay, so I won't go mad showing you all this. It's just get the just the normal dirt that's built up over the year, really. It would have been protected had we had a chance to put some lacquer on, but it wasn't ready to be lacquered anyway. So bits of wax and everything on here. Right, okay, I'll give this a rinse and a dry, and we'll see how we get on with some sanding. Okay, so it's had a nice wash, and I've dried it off. Actually, when you look at the water on there, it actually doesn't look too bad, but when you look at places like this where there's been birds muck stuck on there, a few nasty little places where the paint started spitting on the last time I done it. So I'm going to just go over some of the rougher areas first, and then the better areas just generally go over. So I'm going to use this 800 grit orbital sander here. So let's just start on this bit and see how we get on, and then we'll move on. Okay, so it's now had a complete rub down and nice and smooth. In a minute I'm just going to go over with some wax grease remover to get that completely clean, and let's give it a go. Try the my first bit of spray painting with an air gun. So once I'm ready, I'll be back in a minute. I'll give it a wipe over with some degreaser and an attack cloth, and we'll give it a go. Right, here we go then. Forgive me if this all goes wrong. As I say, it's the first time doing this. I've managed to get hold of this Seat Black LC9Z, and this is a pre-mixed one, so I think I'll give that a go. Didn't have to mix thinners with it, so we just try, hopefully get a little bit in there to start with. Hopefully that should be enough. Okay, without dropping it. I'll see how we get on with that first of all, and wish me luck. So I'll put this on about 25 pounds of pressure. I've been reading that seems to be about right, and the paint's just coming through now. I've just tested it on the wall there, so let's give it a go. Well, before we even start, look at that. Mother Nature again, another bird straight on there. So bear with me to get that cleaned up before we can start again. Right, gone over with some panel wipe again now. That's all clean. Let's give it another go. I suppose it was lucky it didn't happen just after I started, so here we go. Well, after that cock up, I suppose we've got to learn somehow. So I've had to sand everything back again. I've also just gone over, as I was going through some of the areas with back to the metal, so I've given it a coat of X primer, just a light coating. So I'm hoping this is going to help. So if this doesn't work, you know, that's just my bad luck, isn't it? But I have to learn somewhere, so bear with me. Well, after a couple of coats, it's for the first time I'm actually quite pleased with it. It's come up very nice. Only problem is I've gone over it again. This little bit where it all went wrong to start with, I don't know if you can see there, I've sanded it back again, and just repainted this area, and it still looks just the same. So I'm not going to carry on and just put clear coat on. I'm just going to leave this, just cover the car up for a couple of nights with some plastic over the engine, and then keep this in the shed, and I'm going to come back to it, sand this down properly again, and just go over with another coat or so. So we're going to leave that for today. Nothing ever goes quite right, does it? Had it not been for this, I would have been happy with it. It's very nice, but I'm going to go back over, get this done, so I'll be back to you in a couple of days. Well, here we are again after a couple of days. Weather's not ideal again today, it's a bit windy, but I've gone over, sanded everything down, and on this bonnet, and so I'm very happy with it generally. But I went back to this little patch again here, sanded it all back down, painted it again, and there's still a little bit showing, but I just haven't got the time to carry on mucking about, so I need to get this finished today, and so we'll just get on and do some clear coating hopefully. I'm going to use this Ultra lacquer. Came in a double pack here with the hardener. It's supposed to be 2-to-1 mix, so what I'm going to try and do is just put 300ml into here. This is the blooming smallest thing I could find, this this bowl jug, So I'm going to go up to about 300 mil. Okay, that's about right. Which then we need just another 1.5 mil of this. So we'll just do that. So there we go. 4.5. And we give this a little stir. Okay, let's see how we get on with this, what mess this makes. Okay, let's just get the mask on and see how this goes wrong. Just going to do around the edges first, hopefully. Well, there we go, after a couple of coats. Still one more to do now, which will be the wet coat, I believe. And so it's drying okay. I'm going to leave it another half an hour or so. And a little bit orangey peely in a few places, but once this is dried properly, I'll be able to go over with some polishing compound later on, a week or so, and get it nice and glassy smooth, hopefully. So I'll give it one more coat in a moment, the wet coat, and see how that goes. Well, there we go. There's the final wet coat. It's so-so. Unfortunately, towards the end, I ended up with some water spitting. But I think once this is dried properly for a week or so, go over and rub it back a little bit and polish it. It won't be too bad, not for a first time anyway. So I'll leave this to dry just for the rest of the day, and then I'll try and get it back on, well, tomorrow hopefully, or the day afterwards. Well, there we go, bonnet's back on. I still have to do a little bit realignment, but I needed to get this on today because of the weather turning. So it's, should we say, 100% better than it was, but it's only about 40% good. So I still got a fair bit of orange peel in there. So I'm going to leave this a week, and then I'm going to try and rub this back, and hopefully we can get a much better shine on it. But it's got 3 layers of lacquer, so hopefully that should be enough to help me rub this down. But at least it's safe now from the rain, and it's 100% better than it was. So we call that a day today. Well, back inside now. Jenny's back in anticipation of the rain coming. So she's up most of the night looking for foxes in the garden and that, and sleeps most of the day after her walk. So I hope you did enjoy this video. It's possibly how not to do spray painting, but it was my first go at it. I'm going to see how it comes up once we rub that paint down. Not sure what to do next. Maybe I have to paint the wing ready, because that needs to go straight on the same day, even though I've got no time at the moment. And still waiting for the ABS module. So until next time, I do hope you sort of enjoyed this video and how not to do paintwork. It's not bad. I'm sure it will polish up a lot more once I've rubbed it down. But thanks again for watching, and you take care out there, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.